We've got a great call coming up. Before we go to the call, Kirsten is calling in from Cornton Vale. You all know what Cornton Vale is. Cornton Vale is our women's prison here in Scotland. Before we go to that call, though, you had problems with the prison officers, did you not, in Australia? Did they not pick at the studios or something? Because
they actually came to the studios.
What was their problem?
Well, they said they could no longer wear their uniforms on public transport because people threw things at them.
Yeah. This is the influence of television, though.
Yeah, we pointed out that we didn't only have the bad screw, we had the good screw too.
Right, okay. Let's go to Kirsten. Hi, Kirsten.
Hi.
Calling from Cornton Vale. A prison officer.
That's right, yeah.
A prison officer, right. Okay, what would you like to say?
Just, I mean, the show's great, it's light entertainment, but it's nothing like real life.
Right, you don't find it, working in a prison then, you don't find it offensive, no?
No, not at all. It's just funny.
Right, but that's interesting that Kirsten says, Ros, that it's nothing like real life, because some of the reasons
it's not supposed to be. It's not a documentary. At the end of the day, it's a television programme. It's there to entertain, not to educate or inform. It's a piece of fantasy at the end of the day.
Right, but were you not saying earlier, and I think Val was also saying that it's interesting that it deals with real life issues.
Yeah, I mean, it brings those issues straight into the slap bang, in fact, into the public arena.
Right,
but it is only entertainment and shouldn't be viewed as anything more.
One of the biggest problems in a prison is boredom for the prisoners.
Right.
And if you portrayed that, I mean, the audience would fall asleep and you make no money at all. Right. Wouldn't like that very much.
Okay, let's go back to the audience. This lady here has got a big question.
I'd just like to know why the programme has been changed that many times over the years on Scottish television.
Right.
Some weeks it's not on at all, like next week. Other weeks it's on twice a week, sometimes once a week.
Okay.
It should be on more.
There is one man in our audience who's flinching. As that question is asked, this man is Dave. Dave, you bad boy. Give us an explanation. What's going on? It's off. For 2 weeks, Prisoner is off. What's the story?
The bad news is it's off for the next 2 weeks because of...
Bad move, Dave.
I have to tell you, having watched that fight scene at the beginning of the show, I'm glad I'm sitting here. And I've been listening to the chat before the programme started. These are all super fans.
I know, we sat you right in the line.
And we get the phone calls, believe you me. But it's off because we have to show film, and but by the time the film finishes, we'd be showing Cell Block H after midnight, and that's not any good to the fans.
Right.
There is some good news, though.
Oh?
We do listen to the loyal fans. We have the full set of the programmes. Once it's been off for 2 weeks, it'll be back again once a week on the Thursday night, and then from week 43, which is in October, it's back on twice a week.
Twice a week, some good news then, Dave. It's not all bad. I'll tell you. You're a smart guy coming here with some good news. I tell you, because you wouldn't have got out alive. There's a man, can we get the guy just up in the back there?
Val, we still keep in touch with the old cast.
Right, Val. Do you keep in touch with the old cast members?
Some of them, yes. I was back in Australia earlier this year. My dearest friend in the cast was Sheila Florence, who played Lizzie, but she's no longer with us. She died in '92. But yes, I had lunch with Doreen and Margot.
Right. So you do keep another question here?
Yeah, you've just explained about the programme coming back a couple of nights a week. But what about the timing of it?
Right.
You've not explained about the timing.
Yeah,
why
this
it's
is really
always
interesting
changed.
because Ros, you say that if Prisoner was shown at prime time, and we're talking like
if it was network
at
at prime time, it would be, in my opinion, in the top 5, and that is why it will never be networked, because TV schedulers throughout this country are embarrassed by Prisoner's popularity, and that's all it boils down to.
But why should they be embarrassed?
Because it's a 10-year-old Australian soap opera.
Right.
You know, it's not being currently made at Granada or the BBC. You know, it's a dead show, and its popularity is embarrassing.
Right.
It's cheap. They had to hardly pay anything for it.
I was going to say, Val, this has been a recurring theme today. This thing about money and you not getting paid. You're telling me you're not a multi-millionaire as a result?
No, I do not have a mink line swimming pool, nor do I drive a Rolls Royce. I do drive a Mercedes. It's an old one, because we're not paid royalties for it. They were bought out from day one. So, you know, for all this viewing and all this audience, we get nothing.
Right, that was a smart move by Grundy. I mean, Grundy are the company that make it.
Oh, they're very smart people.
Yes. Ros, have you had much support from Grundy running
well, not in the 7 years that I've been operating. I've been unofficial. They wouldn't acknowledge me, wouldn't help me, but now I am official, so we get everything at last.
Right, okay, we'll go back to the phone lines now. Angela is in Falkirk. Hello, Angela.
Hello.
Hi, what would you like to say?
I'd just like to ask if we still watched Prisoner after they'd left.
Right, you still watch it?
Not one single second.
Really?
No. Not
Carol,
no, I don't think any of us watch it. It's much more fun being in a soap opera than it is watching one. So I have to say that I've never seen an EastEnders or a Coronation Street. I'm afraid.
Right, okay. Another question, lady here.
Val, what do you think of the people that have actually been in Cell Block H with you at the time and went on to do other
Australian soaps.
Right.
Well, that's their choice to do other shows. But you must realise that, for instance, with Fiona Spence, who played Vera, she went into was it Home and Away, but there was something like 8 years between those two jobs. The fact that you've had these two shows, one on top of the other, it looks as if you jumped from one to the other. It's not true. And you must understand that you've got a production company that uses a stable of actors, the same as David Jason's and everything over here. And I could go on forever, you know.
Right, let's go back to phone lines. I think it's Eddie. Is Eddie on the phone line? Hi. Sorry, is there somebody there on the phones? No, I don't know who that is. Is it Sadie or Eddie?
From Blantyre.
Right, I'm sorry. In Blantyre. I'll clean my ears and you can talk. What would you like to say?
I'd like to ask why did they give her the script to kill the freak off before she finished up her last episode?
Right.
I asked you. Why didn't they let me kill the freak off? I actually asked you. I asked, could I kill the freak and would they please kill me?
Right.
But they refused to do both.
Right. What were your favourite prisoners to act out? Which was the most fun? Carol first.
Which of the
Which
scenes?
was the most fun, yeah?
Well, I think escaping is always great fun because it gives you a chance to sort of go outside and you see the light. We used to be let out into the vegetable garden, you know, of Wentworth. We used to be let out there very briefly, and when you can escape over the wall, there's the whole world to play with, so that was the best fun.
Right, well, I was going to ask you, you going to say the last one you were in?
No, not at all.
Briefly?
I can't think of what the ones I most enjoyed. I know the ones I hated most.
Right.
I hated being ill. I hated being sick. And when I had the kidney transplant,
Oh.
I thought it was totally
Right,
ridiculous.
I can appreciate that.
I
That's
loathe
it.
sick acting.
That's it. That's all we've got time for. You'll have to keep all your questions for afterwards.